So Dragon's Reach. Here's an interesting bit of trivia. The cart guy that takes you from place to place, he's got a message related to this place. And it's kind of rare, but if you talk to him enough times, he'll talk about Dragon's Reach, and he says, you know, in that janky accent he's got, yeah, Dragon Search they call it. Dragon Search. Whoever was doing the voice directing didn't catch that he misread. And Dragon's Reach and Dragon Search, I could totally understand that, making that mistake. You know, that
Dragon Search sounds like a reality show.
Here
on Dragon Search, we're looking for the next dragon pop star. The question is, do you have the voice?
Sorry.
But the director didn't catch it. This guy probably thought, oh, okay, this place is named Dragon Search. Fine, whatever. And he reads the line, and the director didn't catch it. So one person here, the guy who drives the car...
What you're asking for is insane, impossible. No emoting, no movement, just lips and blinking.
And they've still got the dragon trapping equipment here. It's very odd.
All doing.
Like, if you
what the hell else
scrutinize it,
did you think was
you can
going
see that,
on,
like,
dude?
his eyebrows are furrowing and going up and going down behind his big jank-ass crown, but his mouth isn't really doing anything, like his eyes aren't really doing anything. His face is so gnarled and leathery and dirty, it doesn't, like, the details don't really show up too well.
The very least he could, the very least he could dangle the other hand for a couple minutes. Maybe this is the hand I dangle when I'm upset, and this is my more relaxed dangling hand.
That looks like intensely uncomfortable to hold your hand at that angle too. It looks like he's like straining to bend his hand backwards.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. A little too much Counter-Strike. Get some of the old carpal tunnel. Yeah, just remember, you got to change that up with having the palm back and the fingertips pointing away. Yeah, you alternate it 10 seconds apiece. That'll do you.
Maybe.
You know, so now we launch into this, like, if you have the Civil War quest finished, he'll just say, like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Since we got really bored and didn't finish the Civil War quest, now we get to help negotiate a truce between the two sides so that Dragon's Reach doesn't get attacked by the Stormcloaks while we're trying to trap a dragon, which I thought was, like, I guess, kind of interesting that they would care about that.
Wait, hold on. I was actually going to turn the mic over to Chris, but can we actually negotiate a truce?
Yes.
You can, kind of, yes.
That's actually amazing. I didn't know that. Fucking props.
It's a temporary
that is good.
I did that my first playthrough. I actually somehow, I think I invested enough points in speech, because I was trying very hard to not play in combat mode, and I think I managed to, you get the truce through the stupid council, right?
Steal your stuff.
Yes.
Does anyone? Yes. Where you get everyone to sit together.
Yeah, everybody
and you
meets
decide
up.
Which Jarl gets which town. Unless you do this, which Josh is totally ruining the game.
I'm wearing a pickpocket success is 12,968% better, and he detected me.
Yeah.
Really good at it.
Calling bullshit.
Have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you?
Oh no, 1,000 bounty. What are we gonna do?
I kind of like this might fuck stuff up when I come back here, but okay. Also, I didn't.
Welcome
actually
to spoiler warning.
Whoa! You killed Farengar! Maybe you shouldn't have done that. I get kind of nervous because he is kind of a main character. 2 bounty out of the Whiterun. Who counted that 2 bounty?
What are they gonna do? Not save the world from dragons? Oh, we'd like to have you save the world, but you murdered everybody.
Okay, where'd the Jarl go? Where is the Jarl in all of this?
Where is the Jarl?
He's over on the ground whimpering.
Okay, this is probably the last time we're gonna go. Did you just kill Janasa? Yep. No,
she's fine.
Okay, you should probably just load the game. But okay, I'm glad you did that though, because that is bullshit. We had our pickpocketing percentage up so high, and we still fucked up.
So,
what was
do you guys
the
think that was
chance to take the item?
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls.
What, Chris?
I was just going to say, do you guys think that this is an example of what Seamus was talking about? The whole, like, oh, if we update these numbers and then you can't pick a lock, it's crap. The system is crap. It's broken. Is that an example of this, or is it like we just got the
actually hard to
I don't
unluckiest?
know. I mean, Bethesda math is so weird.
Yeah, is that...
Why are there 3 arrows pointing to talk to Arngeir?
I'd say it's certainly suspicious.
There's Arngeir, Angar, and Angor. You have to pick which one you want to talk to.
And I mean, if it turns out that having it, like, super cranked and overclocked somehow, like, goes back around to shitty, are we really gonna, like... Are we really gonna bust Bethesda's balls for that?
I wouldn't fault it for that, but if it's just like some people are invincible, if some items are like, no, you can't ever take this, well then don't show it in the inventory. Just poof it into existence. Don't show it there as something that can be manipulated if it really can't.
How did you hear the Dragon Wren shout if you don't know what the Dragon Wren shout sounds like, which was a whole plot point on why I couldn't learn it?
You know how a lot of crappy GMs are sort of like, when a player, they don't really care about how well a player can roll, they're just sort of like, well, you know what, that's my big, powerful NPC, and I figure that the player shouldn't be able to steal an item for him. So if he rolls, I'm just going to say it doesn't work. But I'm going to make a big show of checking the roll and
unstealable.
Of checking the roll.
Is like totally murderable.
I'm gonna make a big deal of checking the roll, like checking the numbers, and I'm gonna be like, nope, doesn't work. It's kind of like the game is still doing that, but we've modified all of our numbers to be ridiculous. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the High Priest's staff, and he's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, I rolled a 943, and he's like, oh, it doesn't work. I mean,
yes.
Like, he wasn't really listening. He was just waiting for me to give him a number so like he could say, oh, just missed it.
Just missed it, yes. Oh, if only we'd had, we had that 12,000 pickpocket. You know, if it had been 12,005, that probably would have done it.
Yeah, that's it.
So close.
That shit's the worst kind of campaign to play in. Especially when they, like, transparently move the goalposts, depending on what they want to happen.
So I've been playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 5, and I have to say, having played Grand Theft Auto 5 and also a little bit of Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, Skyrim feels oddly small next to those games, and maybe not so much Black Flag, which shrinks the Caribbean down to, like, I don't know, 2 kilometers squared, but Grand Theft Auto specifically, like, I mean, we're in a city now, right? And it's maybe 5 to 10 buildings total that you could actually go into that feel real.
Yeah.
Like, Skyrim feels sort of like each city represents an Epcot version of a real city. Like, it's a really good facade for what might be a real city rather than actually being a real city. And I've probably already talked about this.
Just that. It's like, even Oblivion, like, it had cities that were about this large, but they felt bigger just because there were more people that that were interesting. Like, there were more shops that had, each shop had its own thing going. Everything just, seems kind of bland in this game.
That was one thing that Oblivion really, and I know drinking game, whatever, but Oblivion really did get this right, at least at the capital city of Cyrodiil, where there's like that whole ring of like 4 quadrants of shops, but each shop had an owner that had its own personality and its own name, and you sort of got what they were doing, and there was sort of a tone to each shop and store. And here it's just sort of like every town has the store you go buy things from, and the bar where you go to have an inn to sleep in, and that's it. It's like there's the inn with the bar, and there's the grocery general store where you buy your arrows, and then maybe a magic shop if it's a big city, and that's it.
And sometimes they do have like their little backstories, like, oh, I own the place. Yep, that's my son. Yep. But like, I don't know, they don't sell them very well in this game. Like, it doesn't really, like, something about in Oblivion, they did get right where, like, they would say 2 sentences to you, and those 2 sentences would like instantly give you this picture, and you could fill in all the blanks.
I think personally, at least in my experience, the difference between the two, what is wrong with it is he is like, oh, that's not his leg, that's a sword. Never mind. I was wondering why he was laying like laid out over
sword.
the table.
I see. Oh, I was really uncomfortable.
He's examining his map while doing the split.
That's what I thought. Anyway, no, I think that the difference is that in Oblivion they felt like their flavor text was like textural. It was flavorful. It was, you know, hi, I run this store and I'm a gruff mean guy, or hi, I run this store and I'm really optimistic and I hope you do good luck. And in Skyrim, it feels like their flavor text is all designed to be a quest. Like they're waiting for you to show up. Like, hi, welcome to my store. My son is missing. I hope you find him. And it's like, yeah, that's flavor text,
that does not work on birds.
It's flavor text, but it makes them feel like they're just placed there waiting for you. Like, you know, oh, I've got a quest. If only you want to do it, and then maybe you'll get a reward. But anyway, here's some goods. Whereas
can I just say also that obviously, even in this game, there are exceptions. You know, there are situations like there are characters that I kind of remember. You know, there are places that are sort of interesting.
Sure.
It's just it feels less like the rule.
Yes, I agree with that. And I mean, we harp on we've bagged on this game a lot. There's a lot to like. There's a reason we spent, you know, at this point something like what 24 hours of our lives watching Josh play this game at this point. I don't know how long this Let's Play series has gone.
Walk in here.
Don't go to Sweet Roll Throne.
Has it only been
terrible.
24? Has it only been 24 hours? It feels like weeks.
I think this recording session's been about 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, today, this particular recording session, 24 hours. Okay.
I think the last 12 hours or so we've recorded about 24 hours of Josh hopping around, checking his inventory. That feels right to me.
It's about time.
I guess some more realistic.
Wait, shit. Hang on. No. Ulfric. How goes the war?
The Empire's ravenous hunger for Skyrim silver
right?
makes them
The arm cross, the power cross.
Arrested from their greedy paws.
I mean, realistically, it's probably closer to 12 hours, but you know what I mean. It's been a long game, and we wouldn't sit through this if we didn't find something to enjoy in it. And I think we each find our own different thing we really love about Skyrim, but it is a game we enjoy playing. It's just, I don't know. There's something about Skyrim. There's something about Skyrim where it's got elements of really great stuff. There are moments of genuine excitement and beauty and interesting game design and cool storytelling and neat mechanics in there. It's just, it's so easy to point out other games that have done the individual
Did you just succeed on a persuade attempt in a high-stakes situation?
Check.
This game never fucking lets you do
Christmas
that.
came early. I tried it on all the other ones, did you notice? And they all failed.
Is this one of the things we magicked to ridiculous percentages, or did we just...
No, we just got lucky.
I don't think there is a fortify speech thing.
Alright, guys, with Fallout.
Is this gonna... Am I just gonna... Wait, whatever. Okay.
Fortify diplomacy is actually the great... Like, things that play with diplomacy
By the way,
in 3.5 are always the greatest
I need this
hacks
apple.
in that game.
That didn't even... Fucking stealing all your stuff.
I like how you picked up the apple and, like, before anybody says anything, Janasa just draws her sword
ball.
like, yeah, let's fucking kill whoever objects to you picking up that apple.
Wait. I know
Do you?
You are my role model.
I'm gonna take this plate. No.
Stop right there.
I will say this. In my original playthrough of Skyrim, I didn't
There's
have
still
any
fucking
companions
staircase.
because
There it
they're
is.
obnoxious and terrible. But this game, or Josh's playthrough, has kind of sold me on the idea of taking some sort of companion along, just because they do have a little bit of a sense of character.
Oh, you don't care. Now that I've gotten you to agree to the peace treaty, now I'm going to start an international incident.
Oh, this is
Did you actually kill Ulfric, or did you just knock him down? Is he killable at this point?
I knocked him down. No, you can't kill Ulfric at this point. No. Look, people
that
I
would
can
be
kill.
amazing if they let you kill him at the
What? Oh, I
table.
fucking forgot about Ulfric's stupid bullshit.
Oh, you're still alive. I
Yeah.
thought you ate it for sure.
Oh yeah, that bullshit shout attack, man. How stupid is that? What a lamer for using that attack.
Oh crap! I took out.
It's like, learn to
double
fight
fast
fair.
Loser. What a nub.
All right, time to start beating the crap out of you fuckers.
Why are we doing this?
Need help.
Is this scene not long enough?
This is.
I really want you to leave and just see if he shows up to the meeting or not.
That's the plan.
But
here.
isn't
But I can't fucking keep these guys down for long enough. All these invincible fucking NPCs.
Just
God.
run! Just run for it! Just run! This would not be your
haven't
first
got
time,
my
like,
quota
escaping
bodies.
town.
All right, fine.
We don't really plan to return to this fucking town.
No, we don't.
I hope not, because we just ran up a pretty big tab there. A pretty big murder tab.
Ah,
If you're
Christ.
not a fan of the senseless violence, this might be a good time to check out of the spoiler warning season. We'll see you next year at this rate, I guess. Although, on the other hand, I can't help but feel that our schedule just picked up a fucking ton.
Welcome to Spoiler Warning Skyrim episode 287. We're pretty sure Josh is gonna kill Ulfric this time. We've been wailing on him for quite a while, and I'm sure any minute now his health's gonna run out for good.
Just to make all of us very sad, I just looked up the air date of the first episode of Spoiler Warning. We started this series February 6th. It is June 29th. We have been going on this for almost 6 months.
That's a very long time.
That's about comparable to our Fallout New Vegas season.
Yeah, but Fallout
Remember how
New
that
Vegas
one
is a
ended,
good
Josh?
game. I don't care what you guys said in that season. I like Fallout New Vegas. You guys are jerks.
New Vegas is one of my favorite role-playing games of all time.
Oh,
actually.
we had
I'm
we
gonna-
had lots of good stuff to say.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say
Can I
something
fast
really
travel yet?
fucking controversial here. I'm gonna say that New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game.
Oh, damn it.
That's not that controversial. I would probably put Fallout New Vegas right behind Fallout 2. Fallout 2, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. Fallout Tactics being the low run.
Well,
of
at
the
least
series,
when
'cause-
someone's
Oh, Fallout
down
Tactics.
in their essential recovery mode, you
Actually,
can
Fallout-
actually
You know, the
teleport.
thing about Fallout Tactics is it's not a very good role-playing game, but it's not a very good tactics game.
Exactly, and that's the problem with it. But you know what? It's not Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, which is even worse.
Oh man, I saw like 10 minutes of Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, and it's great how like in the opening cutscene,
Guys.
like the first 5 lines, they managed to establish that this has
I
nothing
got
to
all
do with the canon.
all the dudes.
Oh, you've done it. Men of violence.
The men of violence. Are you talking about me?
Whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host.
Yeah, that's...
And Arngir, you shut your hypocrite mouth. These men of violence. Josh stole a flower off of you, and you guys tried to you guys did straight up
They
murder him.
successfully murdered me.
So I don't want to hear about you bitching about these men of
Here
violence.
we are.
You friggin'
Take your seat
hypocrite.
at the council table, and let us see what wisdom.
Take your seat at the
I don't
council
know.
table. We don't actually have tables or chairs. We mostly just have rock. It's a very austere life we live.
Hey! Hi!
Oh, this is
Here's
cozy.
Ulfric. Oh, there he is. Hi,
Everything
Ulfric.
looks like it's made
How's
out
it
of
going?
rocks, but
What's
So
up?
are we going for the real truce, or are we gonna go to try to make everybody angry? Because you could do both in this room, I think.
Well, eventually
Wait.
a truce is signed. The gamey part is deciding. Oh, first we gotta knock off.
Who gets
all
what,
the,
right? Yeah.
Ritually, yeah. The thing is deciding like, hey, maybe we'll try to make the Empire get everything. I don't remember the sequence for any of this stuff.
this
We'll see what
okay.
happens.
Look, can I actually just reiterate? I never saw this. I didn't know this was in the game. I would never have given them enough credit to suggest that this would actually be in the game. Having a whole section around a treaty where this whole conflict, this whole stupid conflict is resolved by people bickering is the best decision they could have made.
It's weird because they don't frame it as like a real
cat
conclusion.
in this samurai armor go into this diplomatic meeting and he sits down. He's wearing a fucking chef hat. Yes.
It's like, I'm glad we all decided to start taking this seriously.
It is weird though, because even when you get the truce, as I remember it anyway, you don't. It's not framed as a permanent settlement of, hey, this is how we're going to end this entire battle. It's more of a, okay, to stop the bloodshed for the time being. Empire gets so-and-so cities, the Stormcloaks get so-and-so cities, will that be satisfactory to both parties? And they both begrudgingly go, okay, fine, to stop the bloodshed, we'll do that. And it's not an end of the war, it's sort of a, you guys stop fighting so I can go kill the dragon sort of thing. It's not really a...
Yeah, I have a soft spot for this stuff. I wrote one diplomatic negotiation scene into Unrest and one council argument in Unrest. Technically 2 different council arguments, a different one of which plays depending on an earlier choice.
I kind of hate the Thalmor, but I also hate the Stormcloaks. Who should we side with here?
Is there a way to make sure that, like, nobody gets what they want at all? Because I feel like that's definitely the right solution.
You can make it so that
one side gets better off than the other.
Yeah,
I would say that the Ulfric has a point. The Thalmor have no business here is the most sensible response. Like, they're the reason this exists. So
you're saying definitely don't say that.
No,
right.
Definitely say Ulfric has a point because I think we should kick up a big fuss. Oh no, okay.
Oh, we walk that line.
No.
You said
anyway,
don't say that. You said it was the most sensible one. Why are you suggesting that I do sensible things?
See,
but it's sort of...
should go. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's like there's like, what is it, 3 or 5? It's an odd number of cities, and one side has to win out. So you're choosing ultimately choosing a side, but it makes you feel like you're negotiating, and that's how they trick you.
What are the blades
Since we've been fighting for the Empire, can we give everything to the Stormcloaks? Is that something we can do?
I think you should just like dump out like a bunch of...
That is something you can do, yes.
You should just dump out like flax seeds on the table or something and say, okay, so a diplomatic agreement would be half of these go to the Empire and half of these go to the Stormcloaks. What I propose is, and then you just like sweep all of them towards yourself. I see. Point A, I'm the Dragonborn. Point 2, I can kill any one of you by punching you in the face. Point 3, Reginald is king. This is true.
Are we ready to proceed?
I mean, we're making fun, but this is probably, I don't want to say the best part of the game, because tons of other games have done diplomacy better, but it's trying. I'll give the game credit for reaching out to me and like attempting to do something that isn't face punch.
Yes, I will definitely give credit.
We can watch from the security camera view.
We can nitpick this a lot, and I'm sure we will, but I am so glad that they went for this. This is an ambitious thing to do.
Imagine the alternate universe where they get everybody together and they all go, we will agree to peace if you go to the dungeon and bring us the crown of peace from the dungeon where you stab people, and it's like, fine.
Yes, that is absolutely what you would expect.
You know what? I'm gonna go so far as to say I excuse the next 3 stupid things Skyrim does. Next 3 times Skyrim pisses me off in this Let's Play, I'm going to say, but the council scene was good afterward.
Oh man, I don't know if I could make a promise like that.
I wouldn't say the council, like, this isn't a good scene. I just acknowledge that it's trying. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a really well-written scene.
It's a good idea for a
choice. Yes,
I mean,
that's
you know,
it.
At the very least, like, some of the personalities are finally peeking through, because they're not just interacting with you.
This is good when I just spent like 5 minutes bitching about how we sit around watching things happen instead of interacting. It's like, Yeah, like my guideline. I really don't want to keep bringing this back to the game I'm writing and or have written, but it's at this point it's have written. I'm not even really supposed to make edits by now. But it's like,
okay,
you can't
apparently
give the player
I
this
have a
long without having
choice
anything to say.
Of one choice.
Like, when you have people who are going back and forth and sort of bickering, and just sort of like dickering on and on about what terms and who offended who and who offended what, and don't let the player at least weigh in to say, well, he has a point, or hey, don't say that to that guy, then it's sort of you tune out. Every social reflex you have says, they're arguing about their problems, I'll wait until somebody says my name and then I'll weigh in with my 2 cents. And that's not a very gripping experience. But the council scene is a good idea, so I excuse it.
Let's not argue over who killed who.
I'm not sure what Ulfric means by treats him with respect.
I also like how instead of facing the table and presenting a united front, the dude with the axe is just staring at Ulfric like with his mouth open.
we failed. It's pretty clear that we have now ruined our chance at peace.
Here you sit
Oh, really?
about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
I feel like we didn't even do much.
If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
No, I do like the fact that Ulfric was like, you know, you actually treat us with respect despite your clear Empire allegiance. And I'm like, okay, at least the game acknowledges the choices we've made prior to this level, prior to this mission.
Yeah, but which choices were those?
All the missions we did for the Empire.
Yeah, we did. We might have done a couple things that might not sit well with Ulfric.